Okay, this is not a video I wanted to make, but I have to make it. And I know you hear YouTubers say they didn't want to make this video, but I feel compelled. Basically, I have been scammed out of $205 worth of cash and gift cards for a Guitar Hero controller commission that I talked to about with Brandon Sierra. I'm mentioning his name because there are other Brandons in the community and people in the community know his name. He's somebody that had made frets for me. And if you look at pretty much all my videos over the last couple of years, you'll see that I had these red ruby frets, and I still have them. He made them for me, which is why I wanted to speak to him about this controller. What you're about to see, and I'm going to go over everything as best I can, is, how do I put it, a thread of communication spanning 4 years, essentially. It'll be 4 years to the day in 3 days. But I am fired up. I've pretty much had it. I have not been in contact with him actually in a couple months, and yeah, I plan on messaging him one more time. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna say yet. I'm gonna keep it civil, but yeah, needless to say, I'm quite upset. So without further ado, go ahead and get into it. So we'll go ahead and start with the first screenshot. So you can see here clearly November 23rd, 2016, and it was pretty early in the morning that day. So yeah, this is almost 4 years ago, and I'm basically asking him for if he can make me a controller, and I had an idea for a West Virginia themed one because I'm a fan of the Mountaineers, and I sent him an image of what I'm looking for. And this one, he was showing me some frets that he had made, and they look cool. They look cool. And we're just still talking about that. And I said that the Ruby ones he sold me is still working great. And he said, yeah, your mod is simple yet elegant. So with him saying this instills confidence in me that it's going to get done in a somewhat timely manner, I would guess. And he says here, when would you want to pay for this? And I guess we're talking about cost here. Yeah, we need to know the cost. It says 154, and then I ask here, once I pay for it, how soon would you be able to work on it? I know you're busy, so I wouldn't want to push you. I'm just curious. And then as far as payment, I ask if we could split it between money and gift card. And yeah, just saying that I could get really any gift card that he would want because I have credit that with GameStop and Amazon and stuff, so that wouldn't be a problem. So it would be 100 in cash and then in gift cards. And then he said that he would could get the essentials sooner once I'm paid. I can't guarantee anything, sadly, but I'll keep you posted for sure. He kept me posted very, very little. Like the first couple days, yeah, but after that, no, he didn't. But I said, that's fine. That's fine. We're still talking about payment. I haven't paid him anything at this point. I haven't paid him anything. And then 100 in cash and the rest in gift cards. And he said he'd prefer 113 in cash, but 100 would do. And then I asked if he could make me a hole for the cord. And then I linked him to the gift cards, whichever ones he wanted. And then I said here, more than likely I'll end up being 100 in cash and 60 in gift cards, since that rounds out very nicely. And then I could pay you everything tomorrow. Okay. So far so good, everything's looking good. He sends me this email, and this is going to be public information. I didn't censor this because you can find that on YouTube. He did a commission for George, and this was the email that you could contact him for commissions. And if you wanted frets or a particular guitar mod done or anything, you could contact him with that email. I will go ahead and say, for anybody who's still watching at this point, don't harass him. This is more or less just an awareness video that I'm trying to get out, because I don't want anybody else to get scammed like I've been. And I can't say for sure if anybody else has, I can only speculate. I would guess that other people probably have, but again, I can't say for sure. But yeah, don't harass him, please. But yeah, that's the email he wanted me to send the money to, and then said I'm pretty excited to get the guitar, and then he said he'd take Xbox Live for a year, and then I said I'd get him the code and the 100 tomorrow, and then he asked if could be deposited into his bank directly, and I said that I really can't do that. So here I said I'd buy the Xbox card and then Xbox Live card, and then I'd send him the code and the cash. And then he said he designed the faceplates. I said cool. And then he said that he had already started the design. So you know, this is promising. I'm thinking that this is great. You know, everything's, you know, coming together quickly. It's what I wanted. It's still the same day. Still the same day. And then here's the code now. So I sent him a $25 Xbox Live code. I guess it wasn't a year, but I sent him an Xbox Live code, and then he said he'd keep me posted. And then asked if I could maybe send $40 worth of cards to offset that 25. Can't really send more than 100. And he said that's fine. And then I sent him the 100, and I said the faceplate looked good. Standard stuff. Standard conversation, you know, there's communication, everything's looking good. And then I asked for some more details, and I said, you know, it's looking good. And then I asked, did you receive the money? Now, I did this as I wanted to confirm that he got it for a couple reasons. In the back of my mind, in case this exact thing happened, I wanted to have proof that he received the money. And him stating right here that he had already started transferring it to his bank, he has received the money. This is exactly why I wanted confirmation. That's one of the reasons, just in case, and also, you know, to make sure that nothing went wrong, so we actually did get the money for something that I'm paying for. And then I said all that's left is the 40 in gift cards. And then he said that he would sit down and talk to me about what other gift cards he'd want, and then he asked if Amazon is fine. I said I could do that, $40 Amazon card. And then same email to send that to. Great. And then got a page, should be sending to you right now. Should only take 5 minutes, but could be longer. And then I just said, let me know once you've received it. And he said, I appreciate it. About to try the code. The code worked. He said, thanks a lot. And then, so yeah, I said, again, super excited for the guitar. And this is still the same day, later in the day, still same day. We're going on the design, and then I decide to change the design, still the same day. Instead of a West Virginia WVU guitar, I wanted a Colts one instead. And he said here that changing the design is fine. This is kind of the faceplate design that I wanted, and I was hoping it wasn't going to send it back. He says, same day. Said change the design is fine. Okay, cool. So the next day, he got some controllers. It looks like things are going to be, you know, working out. And yeah, things are looking good. I've paid him everything, I believe, at this point. And so up to this point, we're looking good. I just want to go back 1 second just to make sure I didn't miss anything. He said, all right, got it, man, appreciate it. And then he's about to, okay, so he did receive Amazon. The code worked. So I have paid him at this point $165 worth of cash and cards. All right. So this was all November 23rd and 24th of 2016. And from that point on, really not much communication. I have this message from a year later. He said he's apologizing again for the delay. So I'm guessing we had a conversation about this before, but, you know, knowing the type of job and stuff that was coming up, I wasn't too upset, you know. I did not mind waiting a year for this because I don't know to the full extent the type of work that goes into this. So I was like, yeah, a year is fine. I'm rambling, sorry. And he obviously is feeling remorse. I said, hey, it's all good. I'm not mad. I understand that life gets in the way. I appreciate you messaging me, though. Wasn't sure what was going on. So it had been a while. And then he had a family emergency. You know, I get things happen. I understand that. And he said, but now I'm slowly but surely getting out these overdue orders. So it looks like he ordered himself. So you know, a year later said he's working through them, and that's great. That's fine. You know, whatever. And then he asked if I wanted extra frets, and said that sucks, but at least you're getting back on track. But hey, either way, I'm sure that once I receive the guitar, it'll be amazing quality, and I do look forward to it. Just take care of what you need to. Whenever you're able to get mine done, I know you will. No, man, it's okay. The ones you've given me are still working great, and the ones I'll be getting, I'm sure, will be the same, so don't worry about it. Just focus on you, and whatever you're able to do it, then do so. Now, I'm trying to remain positive here because I don't want to get irate and frustrated with him. Again, he's got some issues going on, and in my experience, when you get frustrated and irate with somebody who's doing something for you, even in a business transaction, that could fray a friendship or a relationship or whatever, and I didn't want to do that. So, remaining positive, you know, I'm sure that he'll get it done. No problem. At least that's my mindset at this point. So here we are. Here you can see a strand of months where I received nothing from him. Asked for an update. Out of curiosity, how much are the faceplates? To be honest, if that's all that's holding back my guitar, if it's not too much, I'll give you the money to pay for it. So I'm willing to pay him more money to get it done quicker. You know, we're already past a year at this point. And then, again, a week later, just a friendly reminder that I still pay for the faceplate if I need to get the guitar soon. If that's all that's holding you back. A couple weeks later, is everything okay? I wasn't kidding about paying for the faceplate. I get a refund from my school sometime this week or next. I could just send you the money. So at this point, I'm still in college. I'm nearing the end of college. I think this is the last refund I was going to get back. But it wasn't going to be a problem for me to send him that 40 just to speed up the process. Either way, you could at least let me know you've seen these messages. I just wanted some confirmation. And then he doesn't give me any indication of what's been going on in his life. It's just been months. And he said it wouldn't exactly say, okay, but I'm alive. I haven't seen these until now. It would be a huge help, honestly, my dude. About to get back to work. If you really don't mind, I'll get your shit done. So he doesn't tell me specifically what's going on, but he said that he would get my stuff done. Same email as before. He said he appreciated it. And then I said, how soon would you need it? And then, is that in the right order? Right here you can say he needs 40 for the plate. And then just want to let you know that I should be able to get the 40 to you in less than a week. So that is March 27th. And then, again, I asked for the email just to confirm. And then I had to message him on another Facebook profile. This is the same person. You can see between the screenshots, it's same picture, same person. And he said he got post-blocked for a month, including messages. And then here I said, just hit me up with the email. So again, same one I sent. And then he said, sweet bro, thanks a ton for not minding. So this hasn't been too far into the future. So I sent him the money, and he said, just let me know, or I said, just let me know once, I should say once, you've gotten it all done and shipped out. Yeah, corrected here. He said, ordering more compound, my next check to get your frets. And then he said, everything's coming together. And I believe between this time and this time, the only communication we had was about the frets. I don't have the screenshots for that, but we were talking about the types of frets and the delays that he had with the frets and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm just going along with it because I'm thinking, you know, surely here, anytime, he's going to be like, okay, everything's done, I've went ahead and shipped it, you're good. So I get this, and, you know, I said it's looking good, because I know that he's not done the paint job. At least I didn't think that he was done. This was just kind of like a, you know, a baseline paint, but this shows that work on the controller was done. Now you can see this was July 26th of 2019, so it's almost been 3 years. Not quite. It's been a little, excuse me, a little over 2.5, not quite 3 years. So work has been done on it. And you can see this is more or less what it's looking like, the faceplate and the neck. And I had requested frets and the strum bar. We went over details about that. That's irrelevant. But this is what's been done done so far, excuse me. And then I said the combo is cool, sweet. And then this was not long after, and you can see here in October I said, hey man, how are we looking? This was months later after this. This is like the only update I had gotten. So then he sends me this, hey dude, I'm using this account now. So I guess the first Facebook profile, notice you messaged me on the other one. I still don't have the means to make perfect bubbles frets. You know, I didn't really care about that. He said, just send me your address and I'll get the body sent your way and the frets a bit later, saving up for a new vacuum chamber so I can get that done perfectly. So I send him my address, and I have that redacted. I have the screenshot with the address on there if I ever actually needed to show the full thing, but I would prefer not to dox myself. So I sent him my address, and he's got it. So this screenshot looks a different colored because I screen capped this at a different time, and for some reason it was a slightly different color. And then I ask if it's possible if you could send me just some blue frets. Doesn't need to be, doesn't have the letters or be perfect, just would look weird having my red ones. Said he could whip me up some temporary ones. I said, that's great. And he said, sorry, this time of year sucks for hours. I'm shipping your stuff out Friday for sure. And this would have been just slightly over 3 years. And much more from me, and then you'll be getting much more from me once I have a new molding station set up. I'm going to contact a friend of mine who does some 3D printing, and later we can hopefully get that horseshoe logo of theirs attached to the top of the headstock. Okay, so Friday for sure. Friday for sure. And this is just a continuation of that. I said, thanks for letting me know. Really excited to get it. I said, what you're receiving will not have the horseshoe logo. I'll be sending that later. And I was like, that's fine. So this was a couple weeks later. And I said, hey, did you get the controller shipped? A month and a half later, any updates? A couple weeks later, hey man, everything good? I haven't heard from you for 2 months. I hope everything's going well. And then, and this is this year. So this is February of this year, 2020. And then on June 15th, that's not, you can't see the whole message. This is, I believe, the whole one. Yeah, right here. You removed me from Facebook, and I haven't heard from you in like half a year. I've been so extremely patient, but this is ridiculous. Do genuinely hope things are going okay for you, but come on, man, I paid for this guitar literally years ago, and I've got nothing. Now, keep in mind, I have paid him $205 between gift cards and cash for this. I know you've had shit go down in your life over these past few years, and you've done work on the controller, but you gotta understand, it feels like I've been scammed at this point. So this is the message he sends me. I haven't removed you weird, and I haven't forgotten, but yeah, my life took a shit turn. I was homeless for a minute, but back on my feet somewhat. I'll pay a visit to my grandma for my Guitar Hero crap on my days off and dig up your mod, I think, and send it off. It was never my intent to make you feel like you were scammed, but I guess I got my karma. So I'm just going to pause here and say nobody deserves to be homeless. That is a horrible thing to happen to anybody. But before those unfortunate events had happened to him, I should have received my controller years ago. Years ago. You know, we are beyond the point of acceptable for this. Again, I'll say it again. No one deserves to be homeless, and that is a horrible thing to happen. I wish that had not happened to him, and I'm glad he's back on his feet. But I should have received this so much earlier in this saga. And then I messaged him this. So sorry that happened to you. Glad to hear you've gotten things have gotten better for you, at least to an extent. Yeah, all I've wanted is to have some kind of communication of some kind, but I can understand why I haven't had any. But yeah, just let me know. You can send it out. From what you showed me already, it looks great, and at this point, just frets without letters are fine. I'm again remaining positive because there's at least a chance I might get it. And then I messaged him, what, a month later, everything good, haven't had a chance to get the guitar yet. Said he got it, and then said because of how long it's been, I'll have to give it one more paint job. And I said, pretty excited to get it. And then 2 months later, it said it's been about 2 months. At this point, I'd be happy just getting the guitar as is. If there's any way, and get it shipped to me soon. So this was, what, 2 months ago? And said, as if it's fine, I can send it next Friday. I'll send the tracking that day. I said, I appreciate it. Still planning on paying you once I'm in a bit more stable position in my life. I said, don't worry about it. I know you've had a rough going, I understand. Again, just trying to remain positive. And then, hey there, I'm going to need 1 more week. My grandma somehow doesn't have the back part of the neck, so I'm either have to find at her place or go to her storage to grab a new neck and paint it. I'll have it either or by next Friday. And then this is the last bit of correspondence we've had. I said, no problem, appreciate the update. Month later, any new updates? Month later, this was 15 days ago, anything new? And he has not seen the messages, but I know he's been on Facebook. I went on his profile, and as of a couple days ago, he said he looked like he needed to maybe go see a doctor, so I guess physically he may not be doing so well, but he was talking about getting pizza or something. So, yeah, I know this video is really, really long, but I wanted you guys to get a full, clear picture of what's going on. These are all the screenshots I have. 4 years. 4 years I have waited for this thing. At this point, I don't want any more communication with him outside of him sending me the controller, but if he doesn't send it, whatever. At this point, I've been scammed because what I asked for and what I paid for is not what I'm going to get, and I know that. So at this point, either way, even if he does send me whatever he has, I've been scammed. I just wanted to make this video to vent, and for anybody else, if he ever does get back into making Guitar Hero related stuff, I would not work with him at all. I can't recommend it. 4 years for something that should not have taken nearly as long. Like a couple months because I know he was backed up, I can understand that. Hell, even a year, I can get that, which is why that first set of messages I was okay with it. Back in like December of 2017, I was fine with that. But getting ghosted multiple times and still having just not having anything to show for it, the time, the waiting, the money paid, I have nothing. And nothing may come of this, but for anybody who's still listening and went over this with me, I really appreciate you hearing me out, and I hope one day to receive the controller, but at this point, either way, I just don't care. Obviously I care a little bit, but if he sends it to me, great. If not, no, it's not like anything's changed, right? So I guess that's gonna go ahead and do it. I'm probably gonna go ahead and message him here in a bit, just stating, I'm done. I'm done waiting on it. If you send it to me, great. If not, whatever. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Yeah, nothing else really more to say. My name's Brad, and I have been scammed.